Good morning. It's Kim Kane. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I've recently had the past few weeks, actually no, that's a pretty good description. Recently I've had a past few weeks. I accidentally dyed my hair pink, so that's the most recent up. So how are you? Shit, also glad, great, glad, what? I don't fucking know. Great, glad we got that out on the fucking table. Great, glad we got that out on the table. Welcome. Yes, of course, this is another story time because it would not be my life if something crazy wasn't happening. Although this was a couple years ago, but I still remember it so clearly to this day. I'm not sure what I'm going to title this yet because I can't physically describe what or say what happened in like a few words on like a title of a video. So we're gonna get into it. So pretty much me, Kayana and Chelsea were all, okay, disclaimer, don't drink underage. I feel like I have to disclaim everything. Like, hey, this is a wall, don't sue me if you run into it. Thanks. But seriously, don't drink underage. But anyway, so we were drinking underage. And because obviously we're underage, like you can't go to a club, like that's so hard to get into. And so we just like had some ciders. Yeah, so we were wandering the streets at night. I don't know if you can notice, but I was a really smart kid. Yeah, wandering the streets, and I had a few too many ciders. Riled. We were walking through the street and I ended up just like sitting on the grass, and Kayana and Chelsea were just like walking through the street exploring. So I was sitting on this grass drinking my cider. All of a sudden I see these just like boots like all walk up, because I'm just like looking at the grass. I'm paying no attention to whatever is going on. I'm happy with my ciders. And I see all these like shoes around me, and I'm like, and then I look up and there's 6 to 8 men circling me. Like, I'm in the middle sitting on the grass with my 10-pack of ciders and they're all circling me, and I was like, surely not, surely not. And my first thought, you know, in a situation where you're a 16-year-old girl and 8 big scary men who are members of a gang are circling you, you know, you're gonna have like adrenaline. And so my first thought was, shit, like, I gotta protect my ciders. This shit cost me $20. So clearly I scull one of my ciders, crack the next one, start drinking that, and I've got like, I don't know, 3 others left, so I've got my box like right up against my chest. And I was like, and then Chelsea came over, don't know really why, but, and then they surrounded her, and so Kayana was like off in the distance, obviously not wanting to get into this, and then they started like going on, and they were like, so heard you guys are being carjacking. I didn't even know what that really was at the time, but apparently carjacking is when
you go around trying to open cars along the street, and then like if you see that a car's accidentally been left open, you go inside, you steal stuff.
So obviously some teenagers had been carjacking, and because we were also, and someone had said something, because we were also teenagers wandering around drunk on the street, they just assumed it was us. So they circled us, and they had like face tats and stuff. If I wasn't drunk, I would have like shat myself, like seriously. Well, I shat myself just for my cider's safety and just not mine. Makes sense, right? They surround us and they're like, heard you been carjacking, blah, blah. And then my instant instinct is be like, oh, no, we saw them, they went that way, like, started doing some shit. Like, it probably did not sound believable. I definitely saw them go that way, and I just pointed to the end of the street. And then they were like, oh, okay, sorry. And I just, oh my god, they all had the same tattoo, so they were members of a gang. And I was like, oh my god. And then Kiana like came over, so they started walking away. Kiana came over, and I was like, I explained what happened, and I was like, dude, we have got to get out of here now, because people probably did just say it was us because we were just walking around. So I got surrounded on the corner of a street. I said to them, you know, they're going that way, and then here's another street here. So I was like, yeah, they're going that way, they're going that way. And this is like in the middle of nowhere, right? So it's not like we were, I don't know. We were about to run, and I was like, we were all like, okay, no, we can't run because that'll make us look so like guilty. We're gonna have to walk to the end of this street, which was like 100 meters long. And then after we get around the corner, we'll just hit legs, we'll go. And we'll try and make it to the train station before they catch us. And so we were walking down the street, and obviously, like, the direction I pointed them to didn't really go anywhere. It might have been a dead end or something, or maybe they realized I was lying. We almost are around the end of this street. We're probably like 10 meters off, and then, shit you not, up the other end of the street, we hear whistling. Like, you know how in a scary movie, like, I can't really whistle, is gonna be embarrassing, but like, they were doing it up the end of the street, and you could see them in like a little formation start just slowly walking down the street in the middle of the road, like these like 8 big men. And I was like, don't run, just, we'll get to the end of the street. Then we'll hit legs like we never have before. Meanwhile, I'm trying to like down my ciders because I'm like, I'm not fucking leaving these babies behind. And so we get to the end, turn the corner, sprint. We never sprint. Like, I don't think I've ever run that fast in my life. Usain Bolt, watch out. We're hearing stuff, but we couldn't see them, which was like way scarier. And so we finally get to we find a McDonald's. I think only the only the drive-through was open in Macca's, and we thought we were in the clear because we thought like we couldn't see them, we couldn't hear them anymore. Like, we were pretty, like, we'd run like a fair bit, and we'd gotten a while away. I don't know, it was kind of naive to think that they didn't know where we were. So we were like walking through the drive-through, and we're like, like, please give us food. We went through the drive-through, got food, and then, so here is Macca's, here's the drive-through, and then here's like the street, right? So we picked up our, like, as you do, pick up your food at the last stop of the Macca's window, and then we stepped out onto like, not the street, but like the footpath, and then there's a street, but like to the visible part. Stepped out to the visible part, and there's 2 men like kind of like leant up against the wall, and they don't even look at us, and they just say, these were not the same men as the 8 before, like, promise you that.
Okay.
We would have known. And he just goes, heard you girlies have been carjacking. And we were like, oh no, it wasn't us, sorry, we gotta go. And so we like started like getting so scared because it was obviously like a gang. They probably had people everywhere. I don't even, like, they probably just texted, I don't know, did gang members, yeah, they have, sure.
I don't want to get into the details.
But obviously they communicated somehow in their gang style, and they told everyone in their gang around like the Shire that we were like carjacking or something. And we got to the train station, and a different man walked past, and he's like, better not like be carjacking or something. And we were so scared. We like had missed the train, like the last train of the night. There's a couple hours where there's just no trains running. So we ended up like walking / running / dying all the way through like 6 suburbs to get to Cronulla. And oh my god, it was one of the scariest nights of my life. I could just not get over when we were at the end of the street and they started whistling and they started singing and like throwing things. Craziest night of my life. But as a silver lining, I did manage to save my ciders. None were lost. But seriously, like, obviously don't underage drink, and like definitely don't walk around at night, because if they could have easily like straight up murdered us or whatever. Easy. We were like 3 girls walking around at night. So, oh my god, it was so freaky. But yeah, so that was interesting. Thank you so much for listening. Like and subscribe. Drop a comment if you want to hear more story time, but let me know what you want to hear. Be safe. Kim Keen out.